It's 2.5 minutes.
Thank you so much, Chair. Ms. Hughes, if I could come to you. I guess what I'm curious about is if you have idea about how many women veterans ask the Legion to help with VAC claims, and if you, when you get that information, if it's the application and also if you denote what is an application and what is an appeal, because that's something that I'm really curious about.
An application is the first time that a veteran comes forward and wants to put a disability claim in.
Yeah.
If that's denied, then the next level is sometimes a departmental review, but that is also with Veterans Affairs Canada.
So that's not what I'm asking. I apologize. I didn't ask you correctly. So I'm wondering, first of all, do you know how many women veterans that the Legion helps support with their applications or their appeals?
Lately, the last couple of years, I've probably seen almost half have come forward with claims.
Okay.
The military sexual trauma lawsuit, a lot of them came forward for that at all levels of appeal. There's two of us at the Legion who do reconsideration levels, and we saw a dramatic increase where claims had been denied because there wasn't enough evidence, or perhaps the police found it unfounded, or the chain of command said, you know, just keep quiet about it. And so there's no documentation on what happened. Now, the policies have gotten better recently for military sexual trauma, and claims are more favorable, but they didn't go back and they didn't look at all claims that were denied in the past. So the women had to come forward to us to identify so that we knew. We proactively at our national command went through all our files, and not only did we look for claims that may have been turned down because there was no lawsuit, and there was no medical information of it happening, or there was no successful harassment claim. Wow. And we were able to get those overturned at the higher levels.
So if I, just making sure I get this correct, so when more information became available to you, you actually went back and looked at files, and did you do any outreach directly to the veterans to say, by the way, something's changed?
Absolutely, yeah. We did the same thing with the hearing loss policy when it changed, and also all the partial entitlements.
Okay. And I'm wondering, when you deal with women, do you notice that women's physical ailments that are tied perhaps to things like mental health or PTSD, are they often put in a position where they have to appeal decisions again and again? I hear that a lot.
Yes.
So you're seeing that a lot. Yeah. And you also talked about sexual dysfunction. I've had a lot of women veterans say, I experience it, don't want to talk about it here. So I'm just wondering if from your perspective, have you seen those claims, and is there any information you could share about that?
I've had probably about 5 or 6 claims. Usually there's another woman in our office now that helps with disability claims and appeals, but for the longest time I was the only one. So I've dealt with a lot of women who did not want to deal with a male counterpart. So far I've had about 4 or 5 claims go in for whether it's sexual dysfunction or anorgasmia, and 2 have come back favorable. So we're starting to see a change. It's taken over a year to get those decisions back, so it is a very slow process. The other 3 I'm still waiting on. But it's starting to increase, but it's slow. It's very slow.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Chair.
Thank